This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. From now through November 24th, you can get $400 off every window and $800 off every entry and patio door. That's at $0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for a whole 2 years. For more information, call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals. Remember, offer ends November 24th. Victims of the Fern Hollow Bridge collapse are clashing with officials over records. In Philadelphia, business owners express what they want from their next mayor. It's the end of an era for SEPTA. Also, did you know the country's oldest photo was taken in Pennsylvania? I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. The Fern Hollow Bridge in Pittsburgh collapsed in January 2022, injuring 10 people but thankfully killing no one, reports the Tribune Review. Now, almost 2 years later, victims of the collapse are butting heads with officials for the release of records that could shed more light about just how much the city of Pittsburgh knew about the crumbling bridge before it went to pieces, as well as how long they may have known for. Lawyers for the city keep attempting to block various suits filed in court, claiming that both state and federal laws shield these records from being used in lawsuits. The National Transportation Safety Board is also still conducting a probe into the collapse, which should be done by early next year. Business owners in Philadelphia are saying what they want out of the city's next mayor, reports Why. And there's several key things, many of them are repeating. The first is a stronger police presence and an overall crackdown on crime. Leonard Pell, for example, who owns a meat market with his brother, wants to see, quote, crime under control, unquote, and that, quote, we need to get behind the police so they can get behind the citizens. Another thing business owners would like are lower taxes, which they say are way too high, whether the business is big or small. Some say the city's tax structure is a bit regressive, since it siphons away money from a business before profits are even calculated, instead relying on tax bills stemming from gross receipts or total sales value. Sums up Lakeisha King-Smith, who runs an optometry practice, also with her brother, quote, focus on small businesses, community police efforts, and how the police are policing. They will see a big difference and people will be happier. It's the end of an era for SEPTA, states the Philadelphia Inquirer. The transit agency is phasing out its tokens and will no longer accept them as of January 1st, 2024. And while some of you are wondering, wait, haven't they been gone for a while? They've been legal tender for riders on buses and trolleys. The $2 coins can't be redeemed for cash, but people who have them are being encouraged to load their value onto a key card at a fare kiosk. Did you know the oldest surviving photo in the U.S. was taken in Pennsylvania? Asks PennLive. Indeed. It was taken in 1839 in Philadelphia by an inventor named Joseph Sexton, who took it with a camera he made himself out of a cigar box and a glass lens. Its subject? The Philadelphia Central High School and Pennsylvania State Arsenal. And get this, that same year, a lamp maker named Robert Cornelius snapped a photo of himself, effectively creating what's accepted as the world's first photographic self-portrait and, by default, its first selfie. Happy Friday, everyone. Oh, and it's Daylight Saving Time Sunday. Don't forget to turn your clocks back and enjoy that extra hour. And with that, I'm Claudia Dimuro. Thanks, of course, for listening, and I'll talk to you next week for some fresh Today in PA. This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. From now through November 24th, you can get $400 off every window and $800 off every entry and patio door. That's at $0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for a whole 2 years. For more information, call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals. Remember, offer ends November 24th.